so special. I didn't like as soon as I got there, they made me feel so at ease, as they did everyone else. And I stayed in a hotel for a week with probably 14, 15 other talented boys of my age from around Britain. So there were Scottish boys, Irish boys, boys from Newcastle, and we were all there on trial and done well on the trial. Played a game against Nottingham Forest at the training ground as an under-14 game. I remember it distinctly. Then they took us all back to the airport or to the station for me to get a long old train ride home, 3.5, 4 hours. And by the time I got back to the station where I lived, the village where I lived, my mum had picked me up and said that Alex Ferguson had been on the phone to her and asked me if I'd sign for schoolboy. So as soon as you hear that, it was like there was no other club. And for him, like that was the absolute genius of the man, because he wouldn't just do that for me, he'd do it for everyone. The way he treated people, the relationships he built with people, he had everyone pulling in the same direction, that which made that football club as obviously the success that they had during his tenure there.
Do you think, we're not going to go deep into Fergie, genius, legend, you could write several volumes on him anyway. Was there a fun aspect with, I know he had a strict regime and everybody towed the line and accountable. Was there a real fun aspect with Fergie that you've taken into these younger kids, mate?
I think it was always, obviously it was a huge organisation where success was expected. To win every game was the minimum, but he had a way of taking the pressure off. What I would say, as a kid going up there as a under 14, under 15, what struck me so much was how happy every single coach was, how happy they were to be working for Manchester United, how happy they were to see you every time. It's like you're their long lost son come home after a couple of years. That always struck me so much, the way you were greeted, the way how special that you were made feel, the enthusiasm that them coaches showed in the School of Excellence, the academy. And it sort of rubbed off on you, and I think it's rubbed off on me over the years, seeing or learning from the best organisation in the world, in my opinion, when it comes to football, particularly them academy football players that they produce there. And that's probably where this sort of fun, and I always treated football as fun. It never really turned into a job for me. There was obviously huge highs but massive lows throughout a long career, but it was never really, and I'm reminded of this a lot, never really a proper job.
I've not at your level. I've been involved in football for a long time. They don't need to know this, but my dad always used to say, bless him, son, you could have had to actually work for a living at some stage in your life. So I get that, bless him. Hey.